Hi everyone, welcome to another video with Nubian Sun Ra. Hope you all are doing well. Saying your affirmations, meditating, drinking your water, staying balanced, all of those good things. I did a good bit amount of earthing because it's getting warmer outside. So usually when I go outside, I do have my shoes off inside of the grass. I've been finding trees to be very beautiful when the wind blows through them, just enjoying nature because it's hot, so you can enjoy it more when the sun is out. Well, that's my personal opinion. I enjoy it more when the sun is out. But today I just wanted to speak on why, with all the videos that I put out, why am I speaking on these things? Because not only are these things important as a whole or by themselves, it's important as a whole. Not only is it important by itself, but it's important as a whole. That's what I meant to say. And when I say it's important as a whole, I mean that as the ladder that I explained in one of my other videos when I was explaining about how things of the ladder, there's the highest frequency, there's the highest paying job, like a president, or there's people over the president too, but you get what I'm saying, like levels. So it's like the ladder, and all these things come down at the bottom together to meet one main issue, and the main issue is the line of communication that I spoke about in some of my videos as well. There's a damaged line of communication when it comes to energies. And it's because there is some people that decide that they want to run rampant and not care about boundaries or fairness and justice. So there's people that feel like they've been done injusticely, not in a victim mentality way, but it seems as if it's so because you do not have the resources or the knowledge to be able to change your circumstances. So when you feel helpless, you feel like a victim, right? So a lot of times we do not realize that all these things work together to make sure that this line of agreement never gets settled, basically. So I also speak on solutions on how to bring back the line of communication so that we can form alliances and be able to work together and be able to have peace, basically. So one of these things are, I talked about point of view of mental health and trauma. I talked about the raising of the government, narcissism, tactics, perceptions, and, government workers, body snatching, chakras, choices, processing information. Even talked a little bit about black magic, and polarity a lot, the narrative switches. And all of these things together is what has to be worked on to be able to form the line of communication. Because without us working with the spiritual realm while we're in the physical, in the fleshly body, it's just causing a lot of chaos because there are things that are not recognized and is ignored in the physical realm that need to have space. You know, things that are spiritual need to have space in the physical realm because it works together, you know. But the physical realm, the people that is running the program here is wanting to alter or even destroy the spiritual realm. So to do that, they do not make the spiritual realm a reality, although they use the spiritual realm in this reality to manipulate us, basically. So I just feel like they are literally doing it on purpose, like the energy that's here running rapid to control this program and keep it working. It's doing it purposely. A lot of people believe that it's, you know, there's a saying about energy, and then there's people that think that these people that's doing it are not even, don't even have an energy because they're soulless, or they're creatures that come from some other dimension and things like that. Whatever it may be, you know, at the end of the day, it's like us not being aware of what's happening on at least some level to where we can not be able to participate and is conscious and aware of what we're participating in, you know. So you have to go within. You have to know what your soul is and where it's at. But also, you just have to know who's your enemy and who's not. You know, a lot of people have misplaced hate, you know. So with that being said, you know, we can help the line of communication just working with ourselves and on ourselves so we can bring awareness to ourselves. Once you find your purpose and you walk in your purpose, that's changing things. Little do we know, you know, there's be the littlest things. I always say that in my videos. It's always the littlest things. So, yeah, that's a very good thing to actually keep in mind. And also, like, staying out the way. I talked about that in one of my other videos because it's so easy to get trapped in 3D perceptions and programs to the point where you'll think that it's spiritual, but it's just really a confusion because the layers are so thick. Like, it's difficult to be able to see through the illusions and things like that because it's this is the 3D, you know, and with that being the number 3, third eye, it's definitely some type of hidden meaning in that, you know, no pun intended, but yeah, like it's crazy because whenever we really think about it, it's the illusions that keep us from wanting to be able to go within ourselves and find the answers that we need within ourselves. Because with the illusions, it's promoting comfortability and being able to have whatever reality that you want, you know. So that kind of cripples us to wanting to have the ambition or the courage or, you know, the initiative to actually do something. You know, a lot of people feel like it's not really necessary because there's illusions and realities and perceptions that they can grab a hold to and be able to live just fine, But that's just if you are okay with what happens, with the life after death situation. A lot of people don't believe in that either, but yeah, that depends if you, worry about, not to say like in a religious way, if you're going to heaven or hell, not in that way, but just like knowing that you are one of those souls that can help your lineage, just to be a part of the greater good. Like, you don't want to be on the opposite side, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's choices, And a lot of times we make choices based off of what we know without gaining any or letting any knowledge and wisdom in. So then it's like we become really ignorant to that fact, and that can make life hard for other people, And I seen this post on the internet the other day, and it was saying like, when you don't know, I'm not wording it verbatim, but what it was basically saying is when you don't know something and you're oblivious to it, it doesn't affect you. It affects everyone around you, because it's like, when your children are being curious, and when they're being curious, they're not realizing their curiosity could be harmful sometimes. And so whenever you tell them, no, you can't do that, I don't want you to hurt yourself or something like that, and they start crying and throwing temper tantrums, and then you're like upset because now you're just like, I'm trying to help you, and and it's like they're crying now, so now you have to like try to calm them down, and that's hurtful for you, because now it's like, your baby don't really understand what's going on, and you're not trying to keep them from playing, like stop their happiness, but you're just like, a little discombobulated at the fact that they don't understand. So it's like they might be upset, but not as upset as you might be if you just wanted a quiet day, relaxation. Maybe you've worked. Maybe it's just early in the morning and you just had to get up and you just need your coffee first, It could be anything. And that's just one example. Like having a person that is not really in a certain area in life, like having young teenagers or young people, and they don't really understand that the life that they live in society, to participate in society, they have to do certain things. And if they're not willing to do it, it's like now you're thinking about all the things that you have to do to carry them until they're mentally able to think for themselves, to, make all the choices for themselves, when they're responsible enough to do so. And until then, you have to carry them to the finish line. So it's like now, they might be 22, 23, 24, sometimes even 25. And you're still trying to wake them up, to themselves so that they can pursue, their life endeavors, things like that. It's just when one person isn't doing their job, at a workplace, and now everybody else got to take the slack. Then I'm fired about 3 people, and now there's only 2 of y'all working at night. Stuff like that. It's I wouldn't say burdensome to everybody else, because that'll be a different, topic. But I would say that people feel it in certain ways, that the person that is the cause of it, or that it's happening to, do not see. So that means everyone, with that person not seeing it, everyone's just pretty much standing around like, man, now we have to literally like look out for dude or for for homegirl, because like she don't know what's going on and he don't know what's going on. Those are nice people, because some people, they be like, well, more game for us, and they just run circles around you. But it's like crazy, because whenever it's a true statement, because whenever we had seen those African children on the TV, and they were saying, if you buy one, you can make sure one don't go hungry or have clean water or something like that, right? And it's like, it really like make you feel some type of way that there's famine and grief and wars and stuff around the world, just because some people might be oblivious to the pain that they're causing, because they're enjoying the luxury of whatever that's going on in America. It doesn't make it right to the point where it make everyone comfortable. No, some people's like, hold up, like, that's not right. And the next person that's enjoying the luxury is like, well, it's not you. You're not hungry. You're not starving. You're living good. So what's your problem? People don't understand that when you're an empath, whenever they do something that is what we call devilish, evil, not caring, not compassionate, it's like you feel it. You'll feel it. And it's like, then you want to do something about it. Even if you can't do nothing about it, like right then and there, because of circumstances, you work on yourself. Because once you work on yourself, you're lifting the vibration up, the vibration of love up in the earth. So the more the vibration go up, the more it will give off good energy, not only to the earth, but to people, and we don't realize that that's really how it works, because we think that we have to physically change someone, or someone has to make the decision to change themselves, which is true. That's true. But at the end of the day, it's like, you can never underestimate the power of planting a seed. Working on yourself to the point where it gives off the energy into the earth is adding to the multiplying of the love that is given off onto the earth and into people. Like oxygen, exhale, inhale. It's the same thing. But it's just in frequency, and vibes and stuff like that. So I just feel like all of the things on the ladder, up and down the ladder, once is worked on, it should go into sections. Like school, brought up in sections: reading, math, science, social studies. They could do the same thing with healing, and we can, help people get the knowledge and on how to, if they don't, or, get some type of guidance, and, it's helpful. It's not necessary. You can do it on your own. Don't get me wrong, because I don't want nobody thinking that you need anybody to do this for you. Because if you look at it in that way, when someone says that, that's misinterpreting people's words, because we all help each other in the smallest ways and we don't realize it, and it's not called help though. It's one of those sayings like, when God answers your prayer, he answers it through someone else. Like you might have had needed a extra napkin or something, and like somebody comes by and just drops some napkins on the table just in time. That's helpful, but it's not big. It's just something like very small, and I feel like we underestimate the small things in life. But yeah, so if we were to just learn these things like we do it, learn stuff in school, like different subjects in school, it's like people will be able to start somewhere, and they don't have to be to the point where it's like they don't really know what to do when they start or wherever they want to start, And I know this could be an issue because, I was in one of those for dreadlocks and stuff. I was in one of those groups. And a lot of people, they didn't know how to start their locks off. You can start locks off by braiding them and just leaving them, letting them grow, twisting them. There's so many different methods. And they just didn't know, how to start, what would look good on them, and then how to maintain it. It's just simple things like that people will be ashamed of asking help for, but might need it. Not everybody will need that kind of help or will think they need that kind of help. And then there are some people that think they might, that's fine. But it's just, like having a workout partner at the gym. It's motivation, A lot of us spiritualists still use crystals and tarot cards and things like that. You don't really need that stuff either, but we use it, So we should be gentle with ourselves, whenever we are talking about receiving assistance and, getting started on things that we want to do. But yeah, learning this stuff, and it will be good, especially if we were to learn it to the children, have like recreation centers or something that teach them things like this. And it wouldn't be so many parents that would be so afraid for their children to learn about truth, because the way that is being taught to them, is not teaching them to accept the BS, but it's teaching them how to drown it out, transmute it, so they can become better adults, and instead of wanting to self-destruct. That's the main goal, Anything else, I just feel like is irrelevant. But yeah, that's just pretty much what I wanted to speak about. It's been a recap. I went over some of the things that I think I listed all of them that I've stated in my past videos, and exactly, the reason why, because it all go together. Like literally, it's like ingredients to like make a masterpiece of a dish or something, and it's actually like how you get to know yourself and get to graduate, knowledge of self. There's no graduation, because learning is infinite. You never done learning. But that's just, a word for it. A relatable word, But yeah, everyone stay well. Peace and love.